Hey, howdy, and a big welcome back to Clem Hawks, folks. I'm Yak, ready to take you through this morning's MLB offering. As about an hour ago, about what would that be? Just a little under 8:30 Eastern time, so about 5:30 on the West Coast. The reason I mention those timelines is how important it is to the story. Is the fact that on the block officially now is Joey Gallo of the New York Yankees. Obviously, he came in, never really turned out to be what they had hoped he would be at Yankee Stadium, and now all of a sudden he's on the block after the Yankees have acquired Andrew Benintendi from the Kansas City Royals late last night, and now we find ourselves waiting for what happens with Joey Gallo. Is it going to be one of those situations where for the Yankees they use Gallo to maybe recoup some of those prospects lost in the Benintendi trade and go out there and essentially restock the cupboards to go once again make another trade, right? You're thinking a Louis Castillo trade still upcoming for some team, more than likely in the AL East. So for the Yankees, this would be the perfect way to go out there and get that kind of facilitated via getting some prospects for Joey Gallo, who has no fit left in New York anymore after the Yankees acquired Benintendi. So that's where we find ourselves, right? Now, obviously, the question becomes, oh well, who's looking at him? Who's out there looking for him? According to John Heyman, it was tweeted, like I said, between 5:30 Pacific time and 8:30 Eastern, sometime around there. Yankees are shopping Gallo, but so far having trouble finding anyone willing to offer the type of prospect they seek. That line there in itself is exactly why I was telling you that is what they're trying to do. More than likely is recoup something so as they can go out there and get Louis Castillo a little cheaper or a little easier than maybe already having bankrupt the cupboard a little bit for Benintendi. Padres and Rangers like him, but both are wrapped up in Juan Soto talks at the moment. So, as per everybody else in the MLB, everybody is big on Juan Soto, and until he can get traded and figured out where he's going, I don't think there's going to be too much appetite based on what Heyman said there for a guy like Joey Gallo, because why give up anything for Joey Gallo, who somebody's trying to get rid of, when you are trying to go out there and acquire a superstar like Juan Soto? So there's a lot to like right now on the trade market, right? Whether it be Gallo, Castillo, right, Soto, those are your big kind of names floating around. I think I've also seen, is it Frankie Montez? I forget his name with the Oakland Athletics. I haven't talked too much about him so far, but right, there's a lot of guys to like on the MLB trade market right now. Guys that are going for good prices, guys that are going for decent prices, and then you got your Joey Gallos that teams are trying to get rid of because they've chosen to go in another direction, and that's where again maybe part of the trade market for a guy like Joey Gallo gets set by the Boston Red Sox deciding if they're going to trade or if they're going to buy or if they're going to do both or if they're just going to stand pat. And if you lose guys on the market that could potentially be available within the next 3 days, like a JD Martinez, that could also maybe potentially for the Yankees in some aspect drive up the price for a Joey Gallo trade, which would not be a bad thing. So it's not a matter of how imminent is this, it's a matter of it is on the block, it is on the go for the Yankees. It's just a matter of finding that team A that's going to pull the trigger, and B finding that team that's going to pay you what you need to get paid to give Joey Gallo to them and get the other piece you're looking for, whether it be Castillo or someone else. Folks, I'm Yak. This is Clem Hawks. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. If you got anything to add this morning, let me know in the comments section down below. If not, if you're new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing and sticking around with us here over the next little bit. Anyway, I am up on out of here.